In question 31, we've got a sketch of y equals f of x, and we need to graph y equals 2 minus f of x on the same graph. Now, there's two transformations that have occurred here. Let's firstly just consider what this looks like, and remember that it's the same thing as this. And all I did here was multiply both sides by -1 to reason that what's actually changed from the original graph is y has become -y. And that tells me that it's flipped it upside down. So this graph here is the same as this one. It's the upside down flipping of this. Now all we need to do is consider that if it's rearranged this way, we've got the +2 on the end. So we need to flip this thing upside down first, because dilations need to be performed before translations, and then lift it up 2 at the end. So I'm going to use two different colours here to show the two processes. Now the first thing that I want to do is just highlight a few key points that are going to be easier to move, points that are right on the grid. So this point here and this one here and this one are all intercepts, and they're on exact numbers, so that's straightforward. I can also see that -1 and 2 line up there, so I'm going to make a dot on that. And I can see that this point here doesn't quite go down to the -1, but I've acknowledged where it does go. So now if I use orange to flip this graph upside down, keeping these key intercepts in the same place, I can just mirror these curves. This one, that point there will be exactly here. So that means we're coming down to that, then up a bit, that means down a bit, and then something like that. Now your sketch doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to have the right sort of features. Now I need to add 2, that means lift this whole orange graph up 2. So starting with my key points, this point will be now up here, this point will be here, and this point will be here. So putting those in first kind of helps me. Also this point that I know is going to be now here. So I've got something that looks like a hump there, fades away down below that. Here it goes down and loops just below a little bit, and then comes up and through that. So something like that. Now I need to be careful if I've got two graphs on my answer to be really clear about which one's which. So this one in green is y equals 2 minus f of x. Now you could rub out the orange one that you did as a guide, or perhaps when you do it, you could do it just, very lightly, so that you can still see it as a working, as part of your working, but it's not your final answer.